Hey guys, Tina here, the Critical Virgo. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that I'm sure you've heard of already, especially if you're at all involved in YouTube or you like watching it. This morning I woke up to an upsetting email. Every morning I wake up and I scroll through my emails and threads and just catch up on things before I start the day. And I got an email from YouTube. Now, this is not the first email I've ever received from them. I've actually received a few others from them, and whenever I see an email from them, I cringe because it's usually not a good thing. The other times that I got emails, it was because videos got demonetized, or it was because my account actually got a strike against it because someone reported me for something that was totally ridiculous. But this morning I got an email stating that they were announcing new changes to the YouTube Partner Program. I'll put a little screenshot of what I posted today. Pretty much, it's just letting everybody know that if you are already monetized, you have until February 20th to meet their thresholds, which are 1,000 subscribers and is the key word, 4,000 hours of watch time. So they gave us 30 days to do this. I have really mixed feelings about this. So I meet the subscriber threshold. I'm short on the view time threshold, but not by much. It's only like 26,000 minutes. And I know that you're saying that's actually a lot. It really isn't, considering my average is about 21,000. And I know if you've looked through some of my other videos, you're like, how is that possible? Because a lot of my videos have like 50 views, 100 views. It's because I have a few videos that are really successful. One of them is actually a skincare video. And that one has like 101,000 minutes of view time. And it's one of my most successful videos. It has like 37,000 views on it right now. So I got kind of lucky with that, in the fact that I had one very successful video. And, you know, generally if I had a very small channel, then I would not be able to say that I was close to making that, because on average, most people only watch a video for like 3-5 minutes, if even. So I just got very lucky with that one video. Now, because I am so close, even if I wasn't close, I would still have this position. I am not going to stop producing content. I'm going to stick around. I'm a fighter. And actually, my plan for the next 30 days is to put out as much content as possible, just to try and hit that number so I don't have to go through the whole appeal process, etc. My channel is obviously not my primary source of income. It's not something that I could ever just live off of at this point. I'm nowhere near that. Nowhere near that. It's not that I'm making the $2 a month that they're saying. I make well above that, but I'm not making like $100 a month either. Combined with my website, it is not that bad, but that's not what this video is about. And also, my income that I've made from the website, from the channel last year, it didn't go in my pocket. I actually donated it to a good cause, the American Red Cross. And I'm a little upset because I had hopes of doing the same this year for my Chicago Marathon. Not that fundraising is a requirement for me, but it makes me feel good, so I really wanted to do that. So if I don't make the requirement and I get demonetized, I will probably resume Marathon Mondays and put up a link again where you guys can do a donation directly to that charity on my page. I'll probably be pushing that really hard because that's where the money's going anyway. So as long as it gets there, I'll be happy. I'm not going to do Patreon. I'm not a huge fan of it. Yes, that is a good way to supplement your income. I know a lot of people who do it. No judgment on them, but it's just not something that I'm really comfortable doing or want to do. And I don't know, I have such mixed emotions about this whole thing, because I feel like this is a really good way to weed out a lot of those junk channels that just like repost stuff, or just use a lot of like clickbait and whatnot. Also, it'll deter, you know, people who are just in it for the money. I get that. This was also like a business standpoint from YouTube. I know that this was in the making for a while. It's not just something that I decided last night, because we did get a message, I think it was like a month or two ago, letting us know that changes would be coming along. We just didn't know what they would be. And I think that a lot of the larger YouTube channels that violated the rules, like PewDiePie and Logan, definitely have something to do with this, because they drew a lot of negative media attention to the types of ads that were playing on their channels, and advertisers got really upset and pulled away. So I know, like, just looking month over month, you know, certain videos, the amount that I get off of ad revenue from them has decreased because of that. Not a huge deal. Didn't really stop me from making content, and this whole thing isn't really going to stop me from making content. But I feel bad for people who are thinking about getting into YouTube now. I fear that we might miss out on some really great talent, like the next Casey Neistat or something. I don't know, because it's just, when I started out, the first threshold you had to meet was to like get like 100 views, which was easy, not a big deal. And then in April they upped it to like 10,000, but I had already met that threshold, so it wasn't something that I was sweating. And I really wouldn't sweat this so much if it wasn't the fact that I have to go through like this whole crazy appeal process to keep it. So I get suspended for 30 days and then I have to request a review, which, because of the large number of people that'll probably be requesting reviews, it can take some time. And I'm a little bummed about that, because let's be real, I had some intentions with the money that I would be making. But I'm not going to let it deter me. But like I said, it has the potential to really turn off some great new creators, and that's a scary thing. It's a sad thing, because when I wasn't around creating back when YouTube first started, but one of the things that I used to love is that it was such an open source and it was so inviting, and I don't know, it's just really sad how things have changed. But you know, like with all the racial and political stuff that's been posted, I get it, I understand. I'm not mad at you, YouTube. I'm just a little frustrated. I mean, I think the 4,000 hour requirement is going to be a little hard, especially for smaller channels. And I'll say that because I can tell you, looking at a lot of my videos, the ones that like have 50, 60, 100 views, they don't show up really anywhere unless if somebody's looking for something very specific. But my successful video, it is closer to the top on a lot of lists, and it is recommended very frequently, and I get a lot of clicks on it because it's recommended. But if you're a very small channel and you're starting off and you're not monetized, I know that they said that there's no difference in the algorithm, but you gotta be kidding me if you think that YouTube is gonna put a non-monetized video that doesn't have a lot of views on it toward the top so that smaller channels can get a chance to really grow and meet those thresholds. It's going to be especially difficult unless if you have something that goes viral or it's really, really good and you're like a marketing genius. It's going to be tough. But if you're in for the fight, you have a passion for creating, then I'm sure you'll stick it out. I just really enjoy doing this. I will be expanding definitely on the things that I cover. When I first started my channel, I wanted to do just products and services. It wasn't so focused on fragrance like it's become. And honestly, that's not my most successful category. So I will be expanding into the things that I've had success in, just because that makes sense for me and it'll help me keep this going. Because even though I am doing a donation, I would like to in the future invest back into my channel, like maybe upgrade my computer so I can continue editing software. Which brings me to another point. You know, smaller channels, when you're just starting off, I'm lucky enough that I really didn't depend on the income from here to invest in my channel up front. You know, like cameras, lighting, all this stuff, it costs money, guys. And if you're just starting out and you were really hoping that this would help bring in some extra money that you could have reinvested in, well, it's going to take a lot longer, and it's hard to compete, hard to get views, hard to get really good content out there when you can't really afford, you know, so like a really good cell phone, even if you record on your cell phone, or lighting. And it's sad. it's sad because I know there's a lot of like small gaming channels that would get upgraded systems to play, or people need computers. Like I would like to get a new computer, and it's just sad. So for that reason, I'm a little frustrated. I think they could have maybe lowered the hour threshold. I agree with the subscriber threshold, but maybe lowering the hour requirement, or doing like different kinds of tiers for different kinds of advertisers. That would have been probably a little bit better than just saying this is what it is. But like I said, it'll definitely weed out a lot of the bad people, but not all the bad people that they're really trying to weed out, that they say they're trying to, because like these big channels that violated the rules, they're the main focus as to what got us to this point, right? So how is their current thresholds that they're imposing, like implementing, how is that going to weed out those people? It's really not. It's not a solution to the problem. And I know that, you know, they can only hire so many people to comb through so much stuff, but maybe if you had different tiers and, you know, focusing or having certain people focus on certain types of videos in reviewing, that might be good. But there's millions of hours of video out there, so I know that's kind of impossible. It's just been an interesting ride over the last year. Maybe I got in at the wrong time. I don't know. But anyway, I'm here to stay, monetized or not. If I get demonetized, then I'll be asking you guys to do donations to the charities that I would really like to donate to, and I'll just figure out a way for all the other stuff. But hopefully it won't come to that point. I am blown away by the love and support that I've seen off of the posts that I made. Like, people have just been texting and messaging me like, hey, what do you need me to do to help you out? It's amazing. I love you guys. I love all of you that are like subscribed and like, you know, loyal watchers, and you show up to pretty much every video I post. It's insane. Like, sometimes I'm like, why do people want to listen to me talk? It's the craziest thing. But I am so thankful, and here's to a amazing, interesting 2018. I'm gonna ride it out. I can't wait to see who makes it and who just decides that it's not worth it. So it's kind of like, what is it, Darwin's survival of the fittest, I guess, or survival of just those who really want to push content out. So here's to 2018. Happy New Year, guys. Bye.